All right, what's going on, guys? So yesterday was the big Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight, and it seems once again people have been bamboozled into thinking that it was going to be a legit event. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? I watched it. I've pretty much watched all of these so far, and I'm probably going to continue to watch them in the future, as I'm sure most of us are. But the thing that I've noticed every time after one of these ends, right, whether it's, this one or last one with Jake Paul or, any one of these, right, every single time people on social media are like so upset or disappointed that it didn't live up to their expectations or whatever, and I don't really understand, right? Like, you might fool me once or twice, but by now, if you've been keeping up and you've been watching and, you've been paying a little bit of attention, I think most people have a pretty good understanding of what these fights really are. Like, I'm not saying they're fake or they're rigged or anything. Like, they're not on the, WWE level of scripted or anything like that. But at the same time, they're not real either, if that makes sense. Really, the only winners here are the fighters and the promotions and anyone involved in making money off of these. Everyone else, not really a winner. And if you're one of these people spending like $50 on these pay-per-views all excited, you're probably the only real loser at the end of the night. And I mean loser like literally, like you gotta just hold that L on doing that. At this point, you should probably know better, right? Like if you take a look around social media, you will see a lot of people complaining. I don't know who these people are. Like personally, I do not know a single person who has bought one of these fights, but apparently there are a lot of people out there doing so, and these fights must be extremely profitable or else they wouldn't keep doing them. I don't know if we'll ever really get accurate numbers or the exact numbers, but people are making like millions off of this, which is kind of crazy to me. As far as the actual event, this one was on Showtime, so it was way more like professional and organized and legitimate than the last one as far as like the whole production was concerned, which I'm not even sure at this point if that's a good thing, right? Like thinking back, like at the time when we were watching it, it was so ridiculous that like we could only like make fun of it. But, thinking back on it now, the Jake Paul Ben Askren one was so poorly run that it actually was kind of entertaining to laugh at how bad it was, you know what I mean? But this was on Showtime, so, they have a little bit more respect for themselves, I would say. The fight itself, I mean, listen, once they announced that there wasn't going to be any judges and that there was going to be no official winner of the fight, I feel like at that point, you should have probably known that this wasn't going to be a real fight, right? Like, if you had any hope in your heart leading up to the fight that this was going to be legit, I think it kind of disappeared after that, right? I mean, originally I was probably going to bet on the fight, but once I saw the rules and I saw how it was going down, I was like, yeah, actually, you know what? Let me just stay away, right? We're just going to be a spectator on this one. And that ended up being a pretty good idea because the fight itself was not great. Logan pretty much gassed out after a couple rounds as to be expected, and Floyd wasn't really trying very hard. Like, he was just kind of there. Technically, there was no official winner, but if you really look at the stats, and I mean, if you just watched it, Floyd clearly won. That being said, if you're Logan, I think it's kind of a W, you know what I mean? Because he got pretty much the best realistic outcome that he could have had. Like, obviously, let's not even try to debate this. He has no chance to actually beat Floyd in a boxing match, right? Unless they completely rigged it or whatever, something weird's going down. Logan's not going to win the fight. So I think surviving the whole fight, making it to the end, that's kind of a W for him, I would say, right? That's pretty much the best you're going to do against Floyd, right? Like, you're not going to win. So I don't know what else, you really want out of the guy. But at the end of the day, I can't really complain about the fight, you know what I mean? Because I didn't go into it with high expectations that something crazy was going to go down. I think that's kind of the mentality you got to go into these fights with. Like, don't expect too much. In fact, expect as little as possible. Expect that it's going to be terrible, and then you can't really be disappointed in that case, right? And especially, don't be getting finessed for the $50. Come on, man. Like, shit, you know what? you're better taking that $50 and putting it in ass coin and hoping that that goes to the moon. You know what I mean? Actually, another thing, now that I thought about that, can I just make a little announcement to everyone? Y'all gotta stop getting scammed by these people on Twitter and these YouTubers, whoever, man, right? If a YouTuber creates some new crypto coin, tweets it out like, hey guys, check out this new crypto I made called Ballsack coin. It's going to the moon. You guys should all buy in. You guys understand that that's a scam, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't make money on it. Like, you probably could make money on it if you get in when they're still pumping it up or whatever, but that's not an investment. That's not something that you want to be stuck holding after they all sell. This is not financial advice. This is just some common sense, because I've seen these popping up over the last like couple weeks or so. Just all these people like making coins and trying to like pump it on Twitter. It's like ridiculous what I'm seeing. Like, if you want to put all your money on Bitcoin and you think that shit's going to the moon, like, go ahead. But I'm just saying, like, be careful with what you're doing out there, man, because, like, it's kind of mind-blowing to me seeing that people are actually falling for stuff like that. I think it's, like, maybe younger people who don't really understand, I guess. But you just gotta think about it a little bit. I know everyone wants to be in on the next Bitcoin they think is going to, 100,000 or whatever, but, like, come on, man. Like, let's use our heads a little bit, okay? Let's just think about what we're doing. But anyways, we're getting a little off topic. I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know why I thought about that, but bottom line, these fights are not real, man, okay? Like, and then when I say not real, I'm not saying like they're scripted, but there's somewhere in between a real fight and WWE, right? Like, they're just somewhere in between. So don't go in with high expectations and you won't have anything to complain about. That being said, they do still provide entertainment value, at least for now. I think eventually people are gonna get sick of it. I don't know. We're still gonna watch, but at the end of the day, remember, the only purpose of these fights is to make money, nothing else. None of these fights are actually about fighting. So once you understand that, then I feel like you can truly enjoy these for what they are. So anyways, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. We took a look at this guy who spent $10,000 to get a hug from his favorite OnlyFans girl. And yes, that is not me trolling by saying that. So anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day and peace out.